It's Rob and Sandra from My Wife the Dietitian, and this is Nutrition Nuggets.
Number 30.
Number 30?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we're doing back to school, starting out on the right track.
Oh, it's appropriate, I guess, being that it's back to school time.
Yeah. It's a good time to start new habits and get into new routines, and you can do it with health in mind.
Yeah, I often find September is more of a starting time than January is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels like a good time to start things. All right, so what are we going to start with?
Well, we want to make sure that our kids and ourselves are thinking about healthy habits, and we're going to talk about 5 things to keep top of mind in terms of starting the year out right. So we want to include foods that help nourish the brain.
Well, that's a given, right?
Yeah.
But we need a reminder of that sometimes after summer, because a lot of times things go sideways in the summer, and there's a lot more like things that you don't normally do, but you do it in the summer.
Right.
When it comes to food, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, we're going to talk about easy breakfast, some ideas for easy breakfasts, and also how to pack lunches the night before or in the morning that are fun and nutritious and survive the trip to school.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, no bananas. No bananas in the backpack. Well, we'll tell you how to pack them safely.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
That'll be your idea.
Sure, I'll have to think about that. Okay.
They've got a pretty thick skin.
Well, they do.
It helps traveling. Bananas are one of the easiest things to
I don't
pack.
know. Bananas are one of those things that you send in your kid's backpack and it comes home at the end of the day, or you find it at the end of the week and it's just this mushy mess at the bottom of their backpack. And
That's
so,
funny.
Yeah, anyway.
True. So when we're packing lunches the night before, if you freeze the juice box or maybe an applesauce container, then you can use those as the freezer packs. So the ice packs.
You're smart. That's good thinking.
And then they just start to melt over the day. And then by lunch, they might be a slushy apple juice or a slushy juice, or, it'll keep the food cold in the pack.
And you don't have to worry about losing your ice pack.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. The ice
That's
packs
smart.
always go missing, don't they?
Oh, they totally do. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Also, you could have, we used to do this where you have like bins in the fridge. So you have like a veggie bin, a fruit bin, and then a protein bin. So you got all your different veggies cut up and they're put into a bin. And then you can do the same thing with fruit. And then also a bin that has protein like yogurt, individual yogurts and hummus, cottage cheese, the cheese strings or other cheese snacks. And then the kids can actually build their own lunches with using the different types of foods in each bin.
Exactly. Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. And it gives them that variety and balance. And also with apples, some kids don't like to eat a whole apple. So you can slice your apples up and you can put a rubber band around it so that it doesn't all fall apart, but it keeps it from going brown.
I was going to say, it probably doesn't turn brown.
Exactly.
If it's brown, they're not going to eat it.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we know what kids are like, right? Ew, it's brown.
Well, it looks like it's already like going bad or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, or the other way to do it is, how we make apple rings. So you could make dried apple rings in a dehydrator, or you can put your sliced apples in pineapple or lemon juice before you pack them. And then that keeps it fresh and keeps it from turning brown.
There you go.
So just some little tips. And then those apples are great with the cheese that we talked about with the cheese strings.
Yeah, I like apples and cheese.
Yeah. Or if you have pumpkin seeds or any seeds and nuts are good too for the lunchbox.
Yeah, because they're just dry. They're not, nothing's going to happen to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there was another hack I heard. I couldn't remember where I saw this, but they said to, like the fruit snacks that you get, they're like the canned fruit that have the peel lid that when you open
a fruit cup.
Yeah, and
kind of thing.
all the juice goes flying and
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
all messy. Well, they said to like use a skewer like at home and pop a hole in the lid, drain the juice out, and then just put a little sticker on the top so that when the kids open it, it won't.
It won't get all over their friends.
Yeah, exactly. It won't spurt everywhere because that's always so frustrating. I know our kids would just open it a little bit and then drink the juice.
Yeah, exactly. That's fun.
Yeah.
Kids like to do that. It's the teachers who don't want to have to clean up all the big mess of 30 kids spraying their fruit cup all over their desk and their papers and their, yeah, I get it.
True. Yeah.
So we're doing them a favor.
Yeah, right. That's funny. Yeah. So those are some ideas for, and we did an episode last year, I think around this time, episode 34, and it was back to school hacks. And that was one I think we did on getting the kids involved with packing their own lunches, because I think it really helps with, they'll probably eat it if they're involved in what goes into the lunch bag.
That's huge. Yeah. I think that should be like number one tip, because I say that because it worked for our kids. I don't know that it'll work for all kids, but it seemed like a pretty good idea when we did it, and we were kind of blown away. I remember watching the kids like go and pack their lunch, and they were like in grade 2, and Sandra and I were just sitting looking at each other going, "Oh my God, that's working.
Totally.
This is great."
It's a great skill. It's like for life, right?
And then we have friends that their kids are in like grade 10 and they're still packing their kids' lunches for them. And we're like, come on, like kids are capable,
Yeah.
like at a very young age. So
yeah, and it helps them with independence, and it helps them to eat the food they're packing because they know it's in there. They're looking forward to it.
Exactly. That's a big part right there.
Yeah, and it gives them some identity and, independence.
Yeah, it makes them feel like, they're contributing, and gives them some confidence in themselves.
Yeah, and responsibility for their own lunch. They got to eat.
Yeah.
We're not there with them at school, like spoon feeding them.
Yeah, exactly.
They should be able to make their own lunch.
I think we had our own little bar fridge that was like for the kids' lunches, so that everything in there was for them, and they kind of liked that. So, however it works in your own house, but that's what we did. So whether you have like a little corner of the fridge that's just their stuff, or you have an independent little fridge that's just for them, whatever works.
I think that's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it does, I think they feel ownership, and they feel like, and then they would say, add their food on the list, like, hey, we're out of.
Yeah, exactly. Which is also contributing, right?
Totally. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes, you're at the grocery store and you're texting everybody, what do we need? And then you get a big list back. It's like, oh.
Just when you thought you were done,
I know.
you get this 30-item list of super specific things.
That's right.
They can't be this kind. They have to be these without just roll my eyes. But
Well, the store doesn't always have everything that everybody wants. So.
oh, exactly. Sometimes I just say, oh, sorry, I've already left.
I've already left.
Sorry.
Say, I tried and they didn't have any of this left.
They were all sold out of those ones. All right, what's next?
Picky eaters come in all shapes and sizes.
They sure do.
No, I'm just joking. They weren't too picky. Okay, so breakfast, we want to start the day off right. So there's a really good smoothie that's got 5 ingredients, banana, peanut butter, chocolate, and
That's all you need, really, right
chia
there.
seeds.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and some
Something wet.
yogurt.
We need some liquid.
Yeah, yogurt.
Yogurt's the liquid?
Yeah, yogurt and milk.
Okay.
And then banana and peanut butter, chocolate milk. Sorry.
I see. Chocolate milk. Gosh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And it's good for busy adults. It's good for on the go, like putting in a mason jar or some sort of cup that you can take with you.
With a lid on it.
Mm-hmm.
An adult sippy cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that peanut butter and the chia, it gives it some protein and some fiber. So it's pretty high in protein and fiber.
There you go.
And so tasty. That's number one.
Got everything you need. A good way to start the day, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And a quick little, I wanted to mention the energy balls that we make that are just like 4 ingredients.
Oh, yeah. They're easy and delicious.
Yeah. Like a cup of oats, half a cup of honey, half a cup of peanut butter, and half a cup of chocolate chips. And you just mix it all together and make little balls out of them. And you can put them in the fridge or the freezer just to keep them all
firm, right? You got to like firm them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Cold.
So you don't have to bake them or anything.
No.
Super easy.
I found one, like it was a leftover. It was hiding.
That's where it went.
Yeah,
You found it.
I found it. I'm like, oh, what's in here? I'm like, oh yeah, score.
It's better than a granola bar.
Oh, it was awesome.
It's
It was a
homemade.
great find.
Oh, it's so good, eh?
Yeah.
They're tasty too.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do fill you up. Like they're quite satiating.
For sure, yeah. No, they're so good.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to nourish the brain. So we got to have omega-3s somehow to get some omega-3s in our food in the day. It doesn't have to be for lunch, but where do we get omega-3s? Do you remember?
Well, fish and the nuts, not the like hemp seeds and flax and walnuts and
You got it.
just a few other things I think too, right?
Awesome.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So either, trying to get fish twice a week in your menu somewhere, either, tuna fish in a sandwich or fish at night like halibut or salmon or however you like your fish. So that gives you the omega-3s. And also you can eat walnuts. You can have ground flax seeds. That will give you some good omega-3s also. And that's good for everybody in the family to get those important brain nutrients.
Exactly. We all need them.
Yeah.
So whether you're doing it at dinner time or in the kids' lunches, probably the walnuts would be the go-to for the kids' lunches. And you can put that in a mix with other things that are maybe if they don't like straight up walnuts, because they can be a little dry.
Yeah, like
But-
a trail mix, eh?
Yeah, you mix them up with some peanuts and almonds and raisins or something like that.
The dried fruit is always nice.
Yeah,
Sweet. Yeah, absolutely. Or in a salad, can sprinkle on top of a salad.
true. Yeah.
Mm.
Salad.
Yes. And also vitamin D is another nutrient to nourish the brain. And we're coming out of summer. So in the summer, if you've been exposing your skin and getting that vitamin D conversion from the sun, because it's a sunshine vitamin, then we're coming into this time of year where we're going to need to make sure we're getting it in our diet. And if not, then in a multivitamin or a supplement, you get your vitamin D, because we tend to be deficient in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah, even though it's sunny out in October, November, you're not getting enough sun or it's not strong enough or
You got it. It's not strong enough from October
Okay.
to March. We do not get it through the sun, through our skin.
right.
So we do have to take a supplement or make sure we're getting it in our food. And there's very little sources. There's vitamin D. I guess there's a little bit in fish, and it's fortified in milk. But that's about it. There's not a lot of places to get vitamin D.
Right. So yeah, you gotta get it through supplement
Yeah, multivitamin mineral.
primarily.
Yeah, supplement. Yeah. And then, well, actually, I wanted to say to get outside in nature most days. I think that's really important. Even if it's raining, just get outside in nature. It makes you feel human.
Especially when it's raining,
Yeah.
because those are the days you're just like, oh, I don't want to go out. And then when you do get outside, it's like, oh, this isn't so bad. And it's kind of fun, and yeah, it's just makes your day a little bit brighter.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good, I think the kids too.
'Cause we live in a place that's pretty rainy, and that, in the winter it rains. We don't get a lot of snow, but it rains, and sometimes it'll rain for just days on end, and it can
Weeks, months.
be, well, yeah, not without a break, but yeah, there's definitely places that are like that. And so if you don't just say, well, I better deal with it and get out there, then it's going to be a depressing winter for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when we first moved here, and I was kind of looking out the window, and I had that kind of mindset, and I was like, oh, this is brutal. And like, you know what? I'm just going to go out and just be in the rain. And I just carried on with my stuff, and I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. It's kind of fresh, and everything smells good, and it wasn't cold.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just kind of learn how to deal with it.
Yeah, it's a welcome break from all the dry, wildfire, smoky air that we've been having in the summer. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I know it's good for nature. It's good for humans to get out in nature.
Yeah.
So kids too.
Yeah, exactly. I remember our kids were in a preschool, and the preschool teacher said, make sure they pack their little Muddy Buddy onesie outside little outfits.
Outfit, yeah.
And because she's like, it doesn't matter if it's raining, we're going outside.
Awesome.
And a lot of the parents were like, oh, they're going to get wet and their hair's going to get wet. And she's like, well, too bad. This is where we live and the kids need to be outside. And we loved it. We thought, good for them. That's awesome. And
yeah, the kids love it. They
the
don't
kids
really
don't
care.
Exactly.
I know. It's good. It's fun for them to splash in puddles and, get muddy, like
Exactly.
the Muddy Buddy, it's called.
It's good for adults to splash in puddles too.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. You're funny.
I remember when I played football in high school, and there was the very first day of practice and it was pouring rain, and we were like a bunch of children. We're like, oh, we're going to get wet. It's muddy. It's cold. And
were
everything.
You adults though?
Oh yeah. We were like grade 9, grade 10, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
And so the coach is like, hey, everyone come over here. And we got in line, and there's this huge, big muddy puddle. everyone into the puddle. First thing he did, and we all just ran and slid through it and just got soaking wet and muddy. And then it's like, okay, now we're all wet. No more complaining.
That's awesome.
Let's go do our practice.
Oh, perfect. Because it's not going to hold you back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm wet and dirty now, so I don't have to be all like
worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I like that. That's the way to deal with it. That's a really proactive.
Yeah. I thought that was a good thing too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
Because when do you get to do that? Just go sliding on your belly like 40 feet through a muddy puddle.
That's right. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're almost done here. The next one is reduce screen time.
Yeah, that's another one that we need to be reminded about.
Yeah, because it is something, a default, right? When it's kind of raining out and like not outdoor time, you indoor time. So what are you doing indoors?
Yeah. And we don't just mean like looking at your phone, but I mean your computer, your television, your, any
all
kind of
the
screen.
Electronic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it can be the default or the babysitter. And it's just, there's other things that kids can do.
Yeah, board games, books, magazines. I just said to Sandra the other day, I miss magazines. Like just sitting in a chair reading through a magazine. They're not as available as they used to be.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think some magazines aren't even they're not even in business anymore.
Yeah, well,
they're all online.
They're all online now. Yeah. And magazines, when you do go to buy them, they're silly expensive.
Yeah, totally. So I know it's. There's books for sure, and there's other things you can do. I mean, so many other things you can do. Cleaning out the fridge. You can clean out your closet. You can clean the bathroom.
You can make food in the food processor. That's my new hobby. It's been kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been great to
playing
eat.
In the kitchen. I mean, partly we have to because we have a lot of stuff to process here, but it's kind of fun. It's like making something new and then having it and eating it and yeah, little projects.
Yeah, that pear sauce you made was delicious.
Yeah, that and hummus and the guacamole. That stuff's good. Yeah, lots of fun things you can do in the kitchen. So
absolutely. Yeah. The next one, to nourish our brain, colorful foods. So remember those rainbow of plant foods, the rainbow of colors.
Yeah.
Plant-based foods. So, the greens and the oranges and the yellows and reds and purples and the white even is a color. So the garlic and onions and cauliflower and cabbage and all the different colors. So we want to aim for 5 different colors a day. And that could be, vegetables and fruits. So, and other plant foods. So, even the colorful beans and legumes.
True. Yeah,
and
that's
nuts
true.
And seeds, and they're all, the colors represent the antioxidants, the plant chemicals, the polyphenols. They're really healthful benefits of the plants.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we got to remember to include those for sure.
Yeah. And the last one, 2 more, sorry. One more, sorry. Probiotics. So having foods helpful for gut health. So fermented, so yogurt or sauerkraut, things that have active culture that can help keep your gut happy and healthy.
Right. So like, what's that stuff we eat? The kimchi. That's good.
Kefir is another one.
Right.
Yeah. So some way to have a fermented food in the diet daily is good. And also, so the very last one, and should be the first, and this is like the overriding one, hugs and kisses. So lots of hugs and kisses to the kids and to each other.
To each other, exactly. Because you're being good role models. That's what we keep telling the kids. They're going, oh, gross, stop. And they're like, why? We're just trying to show love. We're just trying to like be good role models for you and show you kids how to be loving partners.
That's right.
Right.
And, I think there's some study about like you need 16 hugs a day, just like on a, routine, like a daily amount. And so every time I hug the kids, it's like, got to do it. Sorry, it's for your mental health. It's for your physical health, your social health. It's for your health. And so they're getting better. I mean, when they went through the teenage years, they were like, get away from me, don't hug me, but now they're finally getting to an age where they will accept a hug.
Yep, there you go. That's pretty funny.
So, yeah, that was good. Some back to school tips to get on the right track.
Yep. And just not just for kids, but for adults too, for anyone, we all need to sort of get back on track after summer. So those things are for all of us. Thanks for sharing that. And be sure to check out our website. We've got new things popping up there. If you have questions for us or ideas for the show, you can email us at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And we've got our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and our YouTube page that has new things popping up there all the time as well.
Because you're so good at adding those things.
Well,
Thank you.
That's one of my jobs. Yeah. And don't forget to rate and review the show. We always appreciate that. It helps us keep things moving forward here so we can keep bringing you awesome stuff. And easy enough to do that. So
just click that 5-star rating on whatever podcast provider you are using. And it's easy. You just go on the 3 dots and then go to the stars and you just do the 5 stars. It's super easy. I do it on all the podcasts I listen to. Have you done that?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it easy?
It is easy.
Oh, good.
It's very easy. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, everyone. Hope you have a great week. We'll be back on Monday with another full episode.
And good luck with the back to school if you're helping kids get back into school. So many people are this last week and this week coming up. So good luck with it.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.